Hi everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Two Hands in a Radio, and I'm your host, Two Hands, and here's the radio. I am so excited about this today. This could just be spectacular, and I'm just overjoyed with this radio that we're going to take a look at. Why am I so excited, and why am I not showing what radio it is? This radio, and for those of you that just joined in, what I do primarily is look at radios, portable radios under $20, shortwave radios under $20. Occasionally we get off the track a little bit and splurge because I'm worth it. And but this one, how low can we go? This radio, brand new, $4.99. I am so excited. This could either be amazing or absolute junk, who knows. $4.99, and it is the Electro AC-100 World Receiver, Electro, Electro, now with an extended 2-year warranty. Be still my heart. This is more than I can take, probably. So let's just dive in. I look at it it has a look of kind of the Texan R305, but the 305 is just 3 band, where this is 10 band, so that's different. Yeah, who knows? Let's just get into it. I have not opened this up, so I really don't know what to expect. But that's part of the fun of all this. It's a great big box, and it's got a bunch of styrofoam. And we have our, oh my gosh, look at this, a 2-year Electro limited warranty card that you have to send in. I am going to send that in for $4.99, probably not. But it's neat that they would put a warranty with the product. I mean, that's a bonus. They must have some belief in what they sell. Here is the operating instruction paper that just shows you the pieces and parts. It doesn't even tell you how to operate it, really. I guess. We'll figure it all out. How many AA batteries does it take? 2. Okay. I really have high hopes for this radio, just because it was $4.99. As all the pieces and parts start blowing all over the place, that's always exciting. Well, I'll just throw everything over there into the ground. That's where it wants to go. So here it is. I apologize about the wind sound. I didn't think it was going to be this windy today. And here it is. The Electro AC-100. Oh boy. Alrighty. On the front we've got a nice size speaker. I hope it's got a decent sound to it. I don't know if you can see. Probably a 2.5 inch speaker, I suppose. I'm going to guess. Our analog dial here. Nothing really spectacular with that. We've got our shortwave band switch, 1 through 7, on-off switch, and a shortwave, medium wave, MB. What's MB, I wonder? So we've got AM, FM, MB, and shortwave, and they list MB as kind of weird. Shortwave, they go from 5.95 to 7.4 megahertz, and then MB, whatever that stands for, goes from 9.55 to 17.85. So it doesn't mean anything, won't stop us or anything. Not a showstopper anyway. That's the switches. Got a tuning light, which we probably won't be able to see in the sunlight. Over on this side, this looks like the DAC MR101 with that volume slide button. and the rounded corners, that's exactly what my first thought was. And then the back side, we've got the battery door. We've got the handy map that shows us all the times. And how could we be without a handy wrist strap, earphone jack, DC plug-in. You could run it with a wall adapter thing. And the top is just an antenna. And I thought, I get everything out of a bag. I carry a bag with me that's got the camera and radios and stuff. And I look and I thought, damn, I forgot my tape measure. And I'm tearing the bag apart, looking at all the little compartments, looking for the tape measure. You know, it must have gotten out somehow. I measured something at the house, and it's back in a drawer someplace where I normally have kept it. And I'm looking for the tape measure, and I look down, and it's in my hand. So that just proves how old I'm getting. Anyway, enough of all that. Let's measure our antenna as we always do. This is a 28.5-inch antenna, one of the longest antennas we've had. That can be, if you remember that one of the reviews that had a 28-inch antenna was actually a curse, that it had a lot of overpowering. So let's try to put our batteries in here. Batteries in. Covers back on. And here we go. Okay, so yeah, the 28, which one was it? The one I had high hopes for, maybe the Kato, was it? 228, one of those, had a gigantic 28-inch antenna, and it would bleed over on the shortwave channels. And we did some testing with that. And okay, so the antenna is just a left and right kind of thing. There's no swivel to it. It just goes from the left to the right. And let's just dive in. Let's fire it up and see what happens. We're on. At least it works, sort of. And we'll put it on the FM. Tuning knob is really cantankerous. It kind of lumps along. I don't know how to describe it. It's just got a really jerky, nasty feel to it. I guess we can get through that. Now here. Now let's look over here. Okay, so the FM, there we were. Then it's got MB right beside it from 2.3 to 5. And then it's also got MB down here, 9.5 to 1785. But in the middle of all that is what they label as shortwave. I don't understand any of that, so that's interesting. It's real stiff, and it kind of clunks like the tuning knob. But hey, for $5, you know, we at least have an FM radio now for $5. Let's go up and see. Alrighty.
Watching you, and it's also keeping track of everywhere it goes within your house.
Alrighty. So there's the AM broadcast. That was kind of cool. Let's kick over to MB and see just what that is. I'm guessing it's this dial, this right here. Of course, I wouldn't expect anything right now. It's a little after noon, about 12:15 or so. I just don't expect anything on that, and I don't even know what it is. So let's go all the way over to shortwave. And then shortwave, we're going to have to pick our different bands. This is band 1. nothing. Band 2. We got. That's probably some amateur radio conversation there. More of that. Now when we hit the switch into 3, we should be getting into something. Okay. Well, let's try band number 4. You notice I'm starting way down here, hoping to find 10 megahertz maybe. No. So this doesn't cover WWV. It's not a bad sound. Let's just go all the way down to band 5 here. Oh, there's 15 megahertz way down here. And it's coming in. So that's WWV. Okay, so at least it gets that. No idea on this one. 250 maybe, somewhere around in there. That's one thing I like about shortwaves, the different variety of music that you can get into. Let's go band 6. Probably very little up in, there's a station there. You know, this is not a bad little radio, actually. Band number 7. Nothing way up in there. Huh, not a bad little radio, really. Huh. Well, I thought this was going to be fun and jokeful, and it's really kind of not all bad, really. I'd say this is not a good time to get speechless, is it? Anyway, that's just a quick cruise with that. My first thought is it is exactly like the DAC MR101 from 1990. It's got that feel. It's got the bottom here, the feet look exactly like it. It's just got that, it just looks like it. And I kind of dig that radio too. It was just, it was fun. And anyway, that's just a quick tour of this thing. It did better than I thought, probably because it's got a 28-inch antenna on it. Propagation's been really good here the last few days. I think for the next week or so, it's supposed to be band conditions and things, and all that technical stuff is supposed to be really good. And it didn't do too bad. You know, for $5, you can't go wrong with this thing. Is it the highest quality thing we've ever reviewed? No. I worry about that knob. That's the one big negative, is this knob. At what point will that break off? And then you're done. But, I mean, I guess it's got a 2-year warranty. I suppose you could send the warranty in, and if that knob ever broke off, why, send it back in. I don't know. You know, the packaging was good. It was packed in styrofoam. That's cool. And overall, not a bad little radio. I guess from a first impressions and just a spin through the dial, 1 to 10 rating, I would probably give this I'll give it a 5. I don't know that I would buy another one. You know, a lot of these what I was doing recently is I thought I need to catalog all the little radios that I have, because I just bought a duplicate that I didn't realize that I had. And I thought, well, I need to catalog these. And then after I looked at the radios that I have, I kind of break it down into 2 sections. The first section is radios that I would pick up again and play with again, and maybe take with me someplace, or do some kind of unscientific test with them or whatever. And then there's another category of radios that will just go inside the drawer and stay there and probably never come out again. And this is probably one to fit in that last category. I don't think I would not have a need to pull it out and mess with it again. It's just simple enough. There's no real features that jump out at me. It's not one that I think I certainly might not do. I probably wouldn't do any tests with it or anything. I just can't think of a use beyond what we're doing right now. With that said, if all you have is $5 and you're worrying about, you'd love to buy a shortwave radio and you're trying to figure out how to pay rent, this wouldn't be a bad place to start. It's not going to be great, but it's not the worst thing we ever reviewed. And I really thought this might take the crown of being below a number one. And it's really kind of surprised me, actually. And it's not all bad. So we'll just kind of go down the middle of the road rating with it and say, well, there it is. And Electro, what a name. Kind of reminds you of Dynamo, doesn't it? Anyway, I think we'll end this review here of the Electro AC-100 shortwave radio. And I don't understand all the MB stuff. I understand the frequencies, so it doesn't throw me off. I know when you flip it over to MB, you're going to be looking at 2.3 to 5 megahertz, which is there's stuff on there at night, and then the shortwave. So I don't know why it's not all listed as shortwave. So that would throw a new user a curveball, because I honestly don't know what that even has to do with any of it. But I understand it, so we can get around it. So that the tuning knob and the weirdness of the dial is probably the negatives on this one. Had a good sound to it. I hope you got to hear some of that. So anyway, I think we're going to wrap the interview up. Hopefully this was a little shorter than some of the ones that I ramble forever on. And if you like the video or like the channel, hit the subscribe button. And we try to do new reviews, at least once a week, if not twice a week. Maybe even every 2 or 3 days we might do stuff. It's just whenever I feel like it. So this is just all for fun. And I think I've said before that I enjoy playing with this stuff. I collect these little radios to begin with. And I enjoy just, playing with them and seeing how they work and that. So why not just record it? And so the recording's actually just a bonus that I share with people. Anyway, hit the subscribe button. There's also down in the comment and description section, down there, would be a link that you could donate to the channel through PayPal. And that will just be used to buy more of these little magical radios, to give you a little more content and to keep the channel going. And it doesn't matter if it's $1 or $2, $10, whatever, it's all appreciated. And with that, I'm going to say I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Hope you enjoy the review of the Electro AC-100. We'll put him back in the drawer where it belongs. And we'll see you at the next review.